Hey, this is Lewis from SoFly, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create testimonial cards with Oxygen. So to start, I'm going to add a section to the page, and so the testimonials aren't right up against the edge of the section, we're going to go ahead and put 100 pixels of padding on either side. I'm going to set the section background color to a light gray, and then the testimonial cards are going to be each containing a div. So I'm going to go ahead and add a div and set the background. Well, first I'll set a class. I'll call it testimonial card. We'll set the background color to white, and we'll give it a 1 pixel solid, very light gray border, and a border radius of 3 pixels. Now, I don't want these testimonial cards to be so wide, so for this section, I'm just going to set it to be a custom width, and we'll make that width be 760 pixels. Maybe even less. Let's go with 760 is fine. Oh yeah, 760 pixels. And now what we're going to do is add the things we need to create the testimonial. So that's going to be an image for the photo of the testimonial author, and then a text block for the actual testimonial text, and then another text block for the testimonial author name, and another text block for the testimonial author job title, company they work for, and then another image for the logo of the company that the testimonial author works for. So this is going to be quite a fancy testimonial. So let's just go ahead and set this image to a random user. So I'm using randomuser.me for these portraits. Just paste the URL in here, and we're going to make these 100 pixels by 100 pixels. Sorry, let me go back to the class to style that. It'll automatically flip you to the ID when you apply the image URL, but we want to apply these styles to the class because we're going to have many testimonials, not just one. So let's go with a border radius on this to make it a circle image of 50%. And then let's go to the testimonial card itself and set some padding so everything isn't up against the edge. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. And then what we're going to do is float this image left. That'll make the text show up to the right of the image. And then so the text isn't right up against the image, we'll add some margin to the image, say 30 pixels. So we got 30 pixels here, 30 pixels there, 30 pixels there. Looks pretty good. Now what we want to do is display the testimonial author company logo in the lower right corner of the testimonial card. So to do that, we're going to give this absolute positioning. Position absolute, we want it to be 0 pixels from the right and 0 pixels from the bottom. But that's putting it 0 pixels from the bottom right of the page. How do we make it positioned absolutely to this element? What we do is we just give this element relative positioning, and that'll move this into position. Then for this image, I'm just going to use the SoFly logo. Just copy the image URL, paste that in. And that's much too big, so we want to set the height of the testimonial author company logo to be, say, 25 pixels, nice and small. And actually, let's move this away from the edge. Let's do the same as we did for the image, 30 pixels and 30 pixels. So 30 pixels from the right, 30 pixels from the bottom. Okay, looks pretty good. Now for the actual testimonial text itself, I'm just going to go get some lorem ipsum because I don't want to type one out. And that's more than we need. So we'll just cut it off right here. And then the testimonial author is going to be John Doe, and he is going to be a graphic designer. So let's style this now. Right here, we'll set this to 15 pixels, gray. Let's put this in quotes, and we'll make it italic, which is very typical for quotes. And then let's put a little bit of spacing below it. And let's make the author name 15 pixels. Let's make it bold. And let's make his job title a little smaller. 13 pixels, 12 pixels, 11 pixels, all caps, and sort of a light gray. And let's make it somewhat bold, 500, 600. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to increase the line height here a little bit. And then I'm going to make this image a little bigger, actually. Let's go with 120 and 120. Okay, looks pretty good. There is our testimonial card. Then we could duplicate it a few times for other testimonials and just put, say, 30 pixels or 20 pixels of margin between all of them. And there you go. That's how to create testimonial cards with Oxygen. Now, one thing you might want to do to make these responsive would be stack the image vertically above the testimonial and then center it all. So I'll show you how to do that. So let's say we go down to less than 768 pixels. What we'll want to do is unfloat this image. So position, float, none. For the testimonial card itself, we want to center everything in the card. For this to center, we'll have to display it as an inline block. Then we probably want some space between the image and the testimonial itself. And for the logo, no more absolute positioning. Position static and inline block, that'll make it centered. And let's put some margin on top of it. And there you go. That's how you do responsive testimonial cards. Down to 480 looks good. And at less than 992, we should probably put some padding on the container so the testimonials aren't right up against the edge. In fact, we could even just do that on the desktop. 20 pixels padding, 20 pixels padding, and now these are going to look good at any screen size. Okay, that is how to do testimonial blocks with Oxygen. Thanks for watching.